streaming. Are we live? Yes. Okay. Hope everyone's doing good. Everything's just setting everything up. Well, OBS is telling me we're streaming. I'll just share this to everyone. We are streaming again on Linus Tech Tips' operating system. I think he's done pretty well with this operating system, Linus. I don't know how he has time for this. With his YouTube channel and stuff, Linus Tech Tips. But there we are. We are fixing more Linuxy stuff today. Sharing everything out. Let's get it shut off as well. Okay. Scroll down. That should be good. Stop staring at OBS. I feel like I need to pin on a Linux mute. So I did make some progress. We have a little extra I restarted my computer briefly, so I'm gonna look at this. Basically, I solved the problem we had yesterday. I've improved the loading code, model loading code, buffer loading code. That someone in the chat, had mentioned briefly that my way I was doing persistent storage was not optimal, and so yeah, it's that's what we're doing today. We are doing more. I cannot hear you, mate. The music's too loud. Got ya. 1 minute. Okay, so I think I should be good, or I'm really quiet actually. Let's see. So I can hear myself. I don't usually use this program, so give me a minute. This worked last time. Yeah, if you hear me and it's all, yeah, I'll turn myself down. Turn this down quite a bit. I'll just pause the music for a minute so I can hear myself. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I want a volume, maybe. I'll just turn up the volume on. I'll turn up the gain just to see what that sounds like. No. What? Why am I so quiet? Yeah, the other streaming program I have doesn't actually work. I can hear myself just a little bit. So yeah, let me fiddle around with the settings. Start recording, studio mode. Okay. Desktop audio is this, and that's what desktop audio 2 is. Can you hear me now, by the way? This worked yesterday. I swear I didn't do much. Let me know if... Hello? Having some audio difficulties. Let me know if you can hear me. Linux, nice. If I can get it working. Oh, you can hear me? Oh, okay. Right. Right. Okay, hopefully that's gonna be good. And we don't end up having issues and the audio's too... I don't really... Okay, good. I appreciate you telling me. I'll mute myself, and I don't need to hear this twice. I think, yeah, according to this green bar, it seems to be good. I am a bit quieter on this for some reason. But anyway. Okay, so we are debugging some, I think it's threading issues that are causing things to crash. I have done a load of work, so let's just fill in what I was saying, because I don't think anyone could hear me over the music. I took someone's advice in chat called Ratchet. He's actually here, so hello Ratchet. Hello Kalia. How you doing? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. And I fixed improved my buffer and texture loading code a little bit. Why'd I switch to Linux? Your first mistake, use the most Windows-centric development environment possible. I just know all the keyboard shortcuts, honestly. The other problem I have with this is I don't know... I've been looking at... Anyway, so let me get back on track. I fixed that, and before we continue, what else did I do? So I pushed that up, the improvement. I'm still mapping stuff, just to talk about this briefly, but I've removed some of this. I'm still mapping stuff I'd run just before the for loop begins, and then doing stuff like that. It didn't tell me that it was particularly bad according to the documentation, this thing. It didn't say like red flags. I think the only thing I was doing bad here that was like a red flag was I was setting it host. I was mapping the bits of the buffer, and then I was just like manually mapping it, which I didn't need to do. So these are fine, I think, for the most part. But yeah, I did improve the copying of buffers. Nothing crazy. You won't find anything like insane with this git push. But yeah, we're trying to debug this today. Just a straight core dump with no information, no asserts, and yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one because I might have to break out GDB and learn that on the fly, but that's what we're here for. Yeah, I switched to Linux because I want to get this running on Linux as well. It did run on Linux, but this is basically every time I do a big update, it always breaks on Linux. There's no way. Oh, you meant Visual Studio plus MSVC? Yeah, that's like Windows as it gets. I could, I guess, move to a different compiler and then have more consistency between the two. Yeah, Mint looks actually cool. Yeah, it's yep, there it is. There's the logo. I'll do a near fetch for people who are Linux people, but I've got like the most basic setup of all time. Nothing, it's like the most basic Linux distro. There's no fanciness going on here. So yeah, we're going to be trying to debug this game engine to try and get it to work. I did get past the issues I had yesterday, like I said, but yeah, we might have to break into more advanced debugging tools. Linux, Clang, Vulkan soon. That's a really good setup, yeah. Not even Arch. Not even using Arch, by the way. I know. By the way, I literally am tempted to put a pinned message in chat saying I don't really know what I'm doing on Linux. Linux noob. Yeah, so don't take this advice. Don't take this stream as like oh, this is what I should be doing as a development environment in Linux. This is just me trying to get it to work and learning as much as anyone else is learning, I guess. So as far as I can tell, I've been doing some printf debugging when I run this game engine. So mine is Arch plus NeoVim plus NV Chat. Nice. What's NV Chat? I actually don't know that one. Is that like an extension for NeoVim? Yeah, so we get a core assert here, which is... The thing is, though, I did compile this with Clang. Sorry, I didn't compile this. I'm compiling this with GCC, but I've got the debug, the Hello World equivalent here. And this application does do a very similar... let's see, a very similar thing that I'm trying to do, but it's just a lot simpler. And it does seem to run, so it's not like... It doesn't run with any graphics, because that's... I kind of don't want to debug graphics for this. But you can see the velocity gets updated, and then the body goes to sleep, so it leaves in 48 steps. And it's doing basically the same stuff I'm doing, but in the code. Get rid of that. Hello, how you doing? It's a preset up plugin, thank you. What's up? What's up, guys? Hi, Dennis. Hi, Anna Cleoto. Yeah, so we're going to be attacking Linux today as best as I can, anyway. So it's not, you're not going to be seeing any groundbreaking Linux techniques today. I guarantee that. So I'm going to start with printf debugging, and if I get really stuck, we're going to be moving to tools that I don't really know how to use. So I just so people know, I have address sanitizer. I've got my CMake environment, so actually address sanitizer is running with this, and it is in debug mode. So this is a debug thing with these symbols. But yeah, some crashes I just see core asserts, and that seems to be in here, in this line. Where is it? Here, this line here. So when I get this variable, get max concurrent, everything like blows up. You're doing your own platform layer? No, I think I'm using STL. Yeah, no. So there's no like hand-rolled Wayland or Win32 stuff in this code. Not that that's like too difficult, because the windowing stuff is, it's hot. It's you get it right once and you don't need to do it again, basically. So that is fine. So yeah, I need to figure out why this fails. And as you can see, we are printfing everywhere. Which is how I used to debug back in like 2011 to 2014, I think. I didn't know what a breakpoint was. So yeah, we're gonna do that for a bit. Hopefully that's chill. My controversial opinion is that most Vim users are just LARPing. Do you really want to deal with hell that is Wayland? Not really. I don't like any of that kind of code because it's not really X Wayland and then having to deal with that plus the bugs and Win32 as well. Like if we have SDL and it kind of does what I want for the most part, then it's fine if I just compile the libraries, which I have, and we're just going to use those shared libraries. Oops, that's not. So we have the SDL and Vulkan here. Anyway, so let's get into this. So I want to see what this physics update is. This I'm just by the way, just for people who are I'm just using this as a text editor. This might as well be Emacs. Oh, it's not Emacs. I know people are like, Emacs is not Visual Studios, but this might be able to be Notepad++. You know, there's the only thing that I'm getting out of this is this tree structure, keyboard shortcuts, and syntax highlighting. So I can do this all I want, and there's no debug. This does nothing. Like there's no. When I actually run the code, I run it through. I just say make and then run it through the console down here. So it's not exactly like. I've even turned off the C++ extension because it was just going nuts on me. It was like completely going crazy. So we are just, for the most part, doing this as is. So why is this? Is this a? Yeah. Oh, we'll see how far we get today. Yeah, where is this thing? Okay, so it isn't physics. Update context. So this is what I mean. Like, this is the only reason I'm using this is because I know I can quickly do the keyboard shortcuts. Yeah, because I know you can use Visual Studio Code as a full IDE, but it's not hooked up like that at the moment. So physics update context, and we have. Oh, good. It's not. It doesn't have any inheritance. Where's get max context? Right here. So it's failing on this line for some reason. Job system. Max concurrent. Needs to put the max concurrent in temp variable as min. Requires a reference. Sure. You can hook up CMake with Visual Studio Code. I couldn't when I was like this is a while ago now, but when I was like first getting into like developing on Linux, and I'm definitely still in that beginner phase. Don't get me wrong, phase. There was no way to like air quotes generate a Visual Studio's code solution that I could see. All I could do was make a make solution, which I'm fine with, to be honest. It's not too bad. So yeah, we might end up using GDB today. Ooh. And I might be literally looking up stuff on the fly. Which, yeah. So mjob system. So yeah, if anyone should shout out something like, "Oh, you're doing this," like if you see me struggling, you know, don't hold back. You can say like, "Oh, why don't you do this?" And I will try to listen. In a sense that I'm not going to ignore you. It's just I'm not. It might take me a minute to understand because I'm very new to everything. But I am aware that, yeah, the cool way to do this is not with Visual Studio Code as a text editor, but I don't really care about that kind of stuff. Thread pool. Every sane IDE can... Yeah, that might be a shout, actually. I might end up trying to do that today then. If I can't get past this... But Visual Studio needs a solution. Yeah, I've never actually thought about hooking up the CMake like inside the actual application. Because I'm used to, like you described then, just generating the solution and then running the solution that's generated from CMake. So I want to go in here, I think. Oof. Yeah, let's scroll down. What I feel like I've done wrong is just setting up I've set up the threading stuff, if you know what I mean, like on startup. A lot of this will be I've set up the startup thing wrong. I'm also a bit tired today, so if I'm a bit slower than I usually am today, let me you know, hopefully that excuses me a little, but if not, I understand. You see, okay, this is actually what I need to do. Thread.size. What I don't understand is why this is happening, since it seems to just be wanting to return a number. Right, I'm gonna do something cheeky here and just to see, like, max concurrent is 1. It's single threaded. Like, we will do that for a minute. The only one who uses JetBrains. Well, it's cooler than me. I feel like if I was a Super Smash Brothers Melee player, I'd be playing Jigglypuff right now, and everyone else is like running around saying who's cooler, Fox or Falco. If that I'm just sitting here with like the air quotes the uncoolest character. That's safe. So yeah, anything's cooler than what I'm doing, basically, that's what I'm saying. I'm confused. I wonder if it's this, actually. C-line. What is C-line? Kind of curious now. Quick Google. Oh, it's cross-platform. JetBrains C-line. So it works with CMake and all the compilers. Very nice. And Google test, which is cool. Yeah, because once at work we had a G test suite, which is really sweet for all our unit tests, and it just kind of every time you did a build, it tested everything in parallel. Well, yeah, obviously once it's finished building. It was very fast. Oh my goodness, I can't stop building. Right, let's see. It sucks, but it looks pretty. Fair enough. Yeah, that's mostly what I was impressed with, how pretty the website looked, to be honest. But I guess you could say every IDE sucks in its own annoying way. I'm going to get rid of this. I know it's obviously not going to work if I do that, but... like, this thing... I know Visual Studio's MSVC and all that's kind of poopy, but the one thing I feel like it's really good at is the actual debugging itself, not the actual like breakpoints, able to look at variables, all that kind of stuff. I think that's, maybe people would disagree with it, but I think that's like one of the actual good parts of Visual Studios. But yeah, okay, I'm just going to comment out code because I'm kind of curious now, like what is actually causing this to happen. So this max concurrency must be 1, right? Well, if it's single threaded, I don't understand what. Oh, am I just being dumb? Is it the print statement itself that's crashing? That's something to check. I might be crashing, and then I've added print statements that then crash themselves. %D is correct for an integer, right? I don't think I'm doing anything wrong here. Okay, let's just check. Right, just get rid of that for a minute. Sanity check. It keeps OOMing with my project. I had to give it like 8 gigs to scan. Wow. That's a lot. Is that just because the project size, or is that just because C-Line is doing C-Line things? Okay, no, it's okay, just making sure the print statement wasn't doing something stupid. So you got Vulkan, Jolt, SPRV, Reflection, and Shader RC. I got like 7 own different. Oh, okay. So you're actually compiling them yourself. This is why you use libfmt. I don't have to deal with all that linkage stuff. So 2 gig isn't enough to index it all. I see. Why are you? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Sometimes it's if you compile it all in as one executable, it's kind of like you don't have to lean on the dependencies as so I can have that. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's something I've struggled with recently with Linux. It's how do I set up this so it makes like the user's experience easier? For someone who hasn't installed like the SDL, yeah, you can. It's one thing I don't like about Linux is how it deals with shared libraries. It's I don't understand why it does it the way it does it. Why does this work with? Why does this break with both things? I'm just gonna get rid of the. No. This is always broken. I'm so confused. What is going on here? Even if I have equals 1, it doesn't work. And that is not particularly difficult, right? It doesn't let me even if I right click on the files and mark them as ignored. Because they're supposed to be shared. I know, I just... But if I have specific versions of the libraries and then I'm just putting them in the shared location, I've got to ask the user to install them with root. And I don't exactly think that's going to go down very well. Because if I have installed shared libraries and I'm like, yeah, just throw in your global directory while I put them there, and then I don't know. It's just like what I want is, all I want to do is just extend the LD library path to point here as well. Like that's all I want. But it's if I do that, that doesn't work. I have to you have to run. Yeah. So it closes and opens, opens and closes. Like. Let's go to this. Because I think that would be the coolest. If I just have like a LD library path. And then you have like shared library collisions that can happen. If like the same version somehow, it's like thinks it's the same version. I mean, that's something that happened at work. That's not something that's happening with me at the moment. So let's just say I wanted to link 2 different versions of Python. Like that's trivial in Windows. But if the shared libraries look identical, then I've seen that just turn into a big, massive mess. Install to you. Yeah, I think I tried that. It just didn't. I think it's copy protected. Let's try it. Let's try it, because I do actually want to solve this issue. This is part of the reason that I thought streaming on Linux would be a good idea. Because I say all this and maybe I've made a mistake. Right, I'm just going to try something basic, like okay, no, I'll just do the command line because it's easier. So if I go copy source destination, so lib stl3 dot. So obviously I need the rest, the linker files. User / local / lib. Yeah, that's the problem. Ideally, all I want it to be is just like you click on the game and it works. That's what I want. But the LD does use the LD library path, which is what this whole run games script is supposed to do. But like I said, it only runs. I can't get this to stick around. It just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to do it. Meaning that when I run, I did have an install script where we install all this. But I would really prefer it just to run without having to install. Let me just. The LD program just knows that these exist in this location. If you want something like that, you should use a Flatpak or something. Yeah, I know what Flatpaks are in the sense that they're not tied to the system, but I wouldn't know how to do that. Is that like a... I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, I could just do the installation script. The amount of stuff that I just kind of go, oh yeah, install updates, and it's like requires root to do it. For distribution, got you. Yeah, I guess that's a research project for sure. But anyway, let's. I just wouldn't know what that like. I don't know. I know what a Flatpak is in a sense that it's different from. I think it's the APK or whatever, the Debium.dkp something, whatever that extension is. Anyway, but yeah, it's a tricky one for me. We are here. We can't get further. Even when I set this to 1. Which I don't understand. Why are you being stupid? I wouldn't... No, I don't think that the source code would be so different that it needs a whole different setup, right? In the sense that there's no Jolt version for Linux, Jolt version source code wise for Windows. It's completely, the project's completely separate. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, I just wonder if it's maybe it's this stuff and it's just like throwing. I just wish it gave more information. This is absolutely useless. All I'm saying is this is a scuffed setup, mate. Not to be rude, but for this particular development environment, or what are you referring to? The Visual Studio's code thing, or the actual game itself, like the actual application layout, like with the shared libraries and that. I'm just coming it from like a Windows-centric background, so that's why it would look like that. Because you can just put the DLLs right next to the executable, and the operating system just knows which ones it just picks up them without any issue. Now people say like, oh yeah, but the shared library, it's like below the shared libraries or whatever, are in shared locations and everyone can reuse them, but that has its own drawbacks. Why do you have so many comments? This is a library, this is not my code. But I'm gonna read these for a minute. Okay, what? What I could do is just start cleaning up warnings and just hope that helps. But it's not like I'm doing anything complicated. I'm trying to think like what would cause this. Yeah, no worries. It's yeah, it's well documented. Well, pretty well documented. Right. Speaking of, I'm gonna actually read the documentation on this particular class so I can understand it better. So yeah, we're gonna be definitely going slower today. Like what I really need to do is talk to someone who's actually released something on Linux, like for real. Like actually distributed it and see what the actual Because, you know, in theory, there's a lot of things that I could do, but what I actually need to do is what you're supposed to do, if that makes sense. Like, what's the general consensus? This jolt is... yeah, let's go on jolts. Some of them aren't warnings I can get rid of. There's a warning in that GCC gives me that if I try to get rid of it, it actually causes a compilation issue. So I'm not paying that much attention to them. It says there's a variable that's unused, and I get rid of that variable. It says that variable needs to be there. So it's one of those things where we end up... I could fix up ones that are the other ones that are floating around, for sure. Right, let's just read this. Oh, you're not going to tell me anything about it? Boo. Oh no, I don't really need this class, it's the other one. Yeah, give me a second, I just want to find this before I read chat again. It's the... hang on, if we go back to here, we'll see the variable. Context, this is what I want. The context. Yeah, no, this is in my code. What? Excuse me? Yes, this. Okay. What? Have I somehow ended up in that particular example I'm talking about? I mean, yeah, we could just attack warnings today. There's no worries. There's no... I might end up doing that if I can't make much progress on what I want to make. Hello, Dietry. I'm a big cons correctness guy too. Oh, interesting. Thanks to C-Line. Oh, you're doing multi-threaded jolts. Yeah, I'm trying to, but it's just it's falling over when I'm trying to update the actual scene on Linux for some reason. It has some weird thing where if you want to implement the scheduler, you have to be able to track jobs. I just end up using task flow. Ooh, interesting. Okay. It has a weird thing. If you want to implement the scheduler, you have to be able to track jobs. What's task flow? Is that the NKTS equivalent? The scheduler? Yeah. Yeah, I think you talked about this, didn't you, Ratchet? I think we were suggesting NKTS and you decided to go task flow because NKTS is like older and not as well maintained. Well, in comparison to like this like new one. Yeah, 5 days ago. Yeah, so I don't have... I wonder if I can get to single... Now I'm starting to think, should I not worry about this threaded stuff because I don't have a scheduler really at the moment yet. I mean, I have had one in the past. Okay. Whoa. Is your setup in the kitchen? It is. It's right in the kitchen. So you might hear some kitchen noises, but yeah, kitchen ASMR stream. Yeah, I don't mind function pointers, but yeah, I think the justification is NQTS is just older. I don't think it's supported. I could be talking on my butt here, but yeah, 7 months ago. I assume that's why you guys picked it. Okay. You've lost me with the perfect forwarding. That's a no, thank you with me. I don't. I'd rather use function pointers, to be honest. Not that it's just a preference thing. It's not. I'm not saying perfect forwarding is bad. It's just I'd rather not. They're not that. Function pointers aren't that complicated. I mean, they're used all over, like APIs. Like when you're creating a, if you're not using Vulk, you end up using function pointers. If you need an extension, function that isn't in core or whatever, or the extension itself. Yeah, it's just pointers be like, it's just a number that points to our thing. That's all it is. But I might be unc-coded with that. I don't know. My age is showing. What am I looking at? Wish Jolt was not. Okay, let's just read some of these comments. Yeah, I don't think I've used I mean, functors are great. Lambdas are great, but I have a Vietnam flashback level PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, with lambda function pointers or stuff being passed around. That was the worst part of my job. Someone had lambdas that were 200 lines plus that all just did callbacks to each other all over the code base. It was something else. Yeah, they can be abused though. And I've seen some horrendous lambdas. Lambdas that call lambdas. Oh my goodness, it's ugh. Oh, here's the yeah, there was one case where it was lambdas with function pointers in. So my goodness. That went to a like a vector of vector unique pointers or something. No, a vector of maps, and the key was function pointers. Oh my god, it was and they all had custom, and then the unique pointers had custom deleters because they were trying to get around some feature. Oh my god, it was the worst. Yeah. Yeah, I got scarred from that. Yeah, I like enums as well. Yeah, you can at least relate to lambdas being nuts. But I like the rule of thumb. Again, don't follow this like a law, but the lambdas should be visible in one screen. Like, you shouldn't be making a lambda that's massive. Like, a lambda should be this big. Again, you can probably find... it's a rule of thumb, obviously. Yeah, and just to finish that story, the reason that was so complicated is because if you had like unique pointers with custom with a custom deleter that was in these maps that was needed to be deleted from a vector or something, so that we had like a vector of unique with a map that had function callbacks that would delete elements, delete these unique pointers from this map thing. And so it started out as like, I need to make this as generic as possible, and it turned into like a big mess. Like true spaghetti code. And because they were deleting stuff out of iterators, they had to do some crazy stuff. And also customers kept requesting like features, and we had like so many requirements. It's just like, so a customer requests this, so we had to add that, and yeah, that wasn't the worst part of the code, but it was one of the worst. No, you don't have a single... Yeah, I don't have smart pointers either. I'm not using new and delete either. Oh, you're not using... Yeah, I didn't use them either. I use basically a malloc thing. Yeah. What I learned from that is employed programmers aren't necessarily good programmers. They're just employed programmers. Like some of... I don't know if you guys have jobs in the field, but you can be... or what your jobs are, but it's likely that you're definitely better than a lot of employed programmers. Like Ratchet, I think you're probably better than some of the programmers I worked with professionally. Dietrich's probably the same as well. But then again, I worked with like excellent programmers as well that I was in my job as well. They were like so good. The range is wider than you think when you actually get in the field. Yep, Linux Mint. Hi, Nox Mantix. I'm just reading some comments. No malloc free actually, lol. Yeah, I'm unemployed as well, so you know, with you on that one. Yeah, I was nearly 7 years. I was C++ developer. Oh, I'd never seen those boot campers before because of the embarrassed, the self-taught, boot camper. Ugh. Web dev, I have a feeling that's somehow even worse than what I experienced. I mean, the guy I was criticizing the code of, he wasn't like bad. He just had like he just locked into like a bad design pattern, and kind of that was the mistake. But yeah, oof, yeah. I don't really have a use case for manual allocation yet, so that's kind of why. Oh, okay, so you're putting everything on the stack, I guess. We are proud being unemployed, yeah. But yeah, as me and Dietrich, you know, we've seen some horrendous programmers, and probably some really good programmers. I'm sure Dietrich's seen some excellent programmers that kind of put everything on their shoulders and march forward. I remember writing Java style C++ when I first started to learn the latter. Yeah. It's okay. I worked with a guy that thought all React states included in the UI. Oh, okay. That's... yeah. Good luck with your SaaS app, dude. Yeah, I noticed that actually. I'm in just a I'm very grateful for this community, like how active everyone is. It's like I don't have many viewers. That's just I'm not embarrassed by that. That's just facts, you know, in comparison to other people. But the quality of the chat is just excellent in comparison to like some streams I've seen. And that's all you guys, to be honest. So yeah, I appreciate that a lot. I wonder if I can make this single threaded. I think that might be... Right, I've read all that. Didn't tell me much. And if I go to... Oh no, I use containers. Or just... Oh, okay, so you just... Nice. Stick everything in the... I mean, the stack and the heap grow, you know, so it doesn't really matter. Assuming that if you do heap allocations, obviously, when I say it doesn't really matter, if you just use stack, it's not like you run out of memory because the stack grows. That's why I say it doesn't matter. Like obviously there's a big difference between the two, and you have to be careful which one you use. That is true. Right, I'm just gonna go to my physics again. Right, so you guys have done this, right? You've done your own thread pool thing, and this is just like an example implementation that you send in here. Let me... So this, I assume this is like a... Hi, Vans the Beast. Oh, Vanish the Beast, sorry. I struggle to read a C++ book for... sorry, I struggle to read a book for C++ basics, and there are people here making their own game engines in C++. But this just takes practice, dude. One day I'll be able to enter the chat discussions as an equal to you guys. Wait for me. I love that, dude. I love that. But you're welcome to talk anytime, and I'm sure anyone who's more advanced won't look down on anything that you say. And if they do, I'll be there for you. There's no reason for anyone to look down on intermediates, beginners, or anyone who's worse than them, in my opinion. You'll be and you'll be cracked one day as well, there's no doubt, if you keep working on it. Anna Cleoto. I think anyone can get good at this stuff. Where is this job thing? Okay, updates. So this function internally spawns using in job position to wait for them to complete, so no job will be running. Sure. This function internally spawns jobs using an in-job system, waits for them to complete, so no job will be running when this function returns. But we don't even get that far, that's the thing. I wonder... So temporary allocator... I was thinking that temporary allocator could be bad, but I don't think so. Delta time, 1/60. So it's frame independent. We have start a list of bodies and their correct contacts. How they form islands together. Interesting. And the data to solve the contacts between the bodies at the end of the update call. All allocation memories will have been freed. Brilliant, Noxus. No, Nox Mantix. I'm glad you found the bug. It's always satisfying. Yeah, some of us are spending hours building library tools and pulling our hair out about correctness instead of doing something useful like making a game engine. Well, yeah, it's someone I talked to described themselves as a tool builder rather than like an application builder, and he was an absolutely fantastic. Well, he is an absolutely fantastic programmer. So even top level programmers fall into that. Not that even game engines are that useful, really, if you think about it. Usefulness is like, who's going to use it, you know? I don't really care though if anyone uses this engine, apart from me. That's the goal. I only want to use it. I don't see anything that's optimized. Needs to be added. So that needs to be called... Okay, I'm just going to look at my physics code, or my physics usage. Body interface. Contact listener. We set the gravity to nothing. We initialize it. Alright, I'm just going to check the order as well. That's important. If I've got the order wrong, it's possible that we need to initialize the physics system before. I'm assuming this temporary allocator is fine. 10 megs. I could double it. That's funny, Ratchet. Yeah, I'm trying to move away from when I was. I know you're talking to Dietrich there, but that's the reason I kind of started making another game engine. Was to really focus on trying to make a game in 3D rather than like forever making tech. No, again the same issue. So it's not the size I didn't think it was. For C++, C++ for me, Ratchet and Escape. I don't know about Nox. Yeah, that's pretty much. We're all. I guess we're all not cool kids because we're not using Rust. And I think Zig is now cooler than Rust. And there'll be a new language soon. That's better than Zig. Zig++. Or Zig Rust++. Rusty Zig. Anyway. Rust is hype. There is a use. I'm not going to say like that the hype surrounding Rust is all legitimate, but I think Rust, the existence of Rust is legitimate. But yeah, there are some groups of people who love Rust too much. I don't know, like are too hyped about it. Yeah, that's probably a better way of saying it. Like there are use cases for using Rust. So Zig doesn't let you beat up stuff. Zig doesn't let you destroy your own program. So I can't reinterpret cast, like I did earlier, which sometimes is a bug, sometimes is deliberate. Yeah, it's like a call for them, 100%. Mainly used for web, yeah. I'm an app developer, not a game developer, but I wish I to be a game developer because I play more games. Yeah, well, there's a simple way to become a game developer. You just start making games. There's no requirements. I will not tell you that you're not a game developer because you're using a game engine. This thread thing. Okay, let's look at this in the documentation. C++, yeah. I've never actually touched it because I've just never used it. Go to that documentation. Rust. Yeah, there's a fervor. There is a cult-like fervor around it. And I don't see any... There are some good justifications for Rust existing, but they never really talk about them. It's just Rust is memory safe or something like that. You can allocate your memory and it's safe. It's like, okay. You can technically do that in C++ if you wanted to. Technically. But anyway, that's just a hype cycle. Number of threads. I wonder if I just leave that. What's -1 then? Number of current threads is 1. I could just set it to -1 and see how that handles things. Because I feel like it's got to be something to do with... Okay, this is going to max out all my threads, including the main thread, so I don't exactly know what's going to happen here. Rust lets you do unsafe stuff if you put in the unsafe block, but Zig kills you. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, kills the programmer. Interesting. I want to like Rust and like the way it works, but the libraries or for real-time stuff are not there yet without using something like... Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you kind of defeat the point if you're using wrappers and stuff. Right, I'm going to try... I know it seems silly, but 0. I just want to get past this, and then we can debug it later. There is some kind of simplicity, and Dennis, about using just fopen, free, and malloc, and fclose. Oh, I see. Interesting. Thanks for teaching me a bit about like what Zig's about. Plus, I need to know memory safety anyways, what Rust is protecting you from. I found Rust pointless until I doubled down and learned C/C++. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like there is a use case for it, but yeah. Right, let me 1 second, gang. Okay. It's hardware concurrency. Yeah, I've seen that guy actually, that Lucas fella. I think I subscribe to him. Sometimes I check him out. But it's Zig, so I can't quite get in the groove of watching him that much. I just don't know Zig, so it's like I don't really know what he's doing, and I'm kind of like, I like to program with other people doing similar stuff to me. Right. Alright, I'm just going to get rid of the update for a minute and just see what ends up happening. Let's go back to my physics. Oh, I've been talking a bit more than developing today. Oh, I think it's a bit because I'm a bit tired. I think we get an address sanitizer issue later on, which I'm going to debug instead for a bit. So we have a read access. It's a scene pipeline. Signal is caused by read access. Hint: this fault was caused by a dereference of a high value address. Disassembly provided to the PC to learn which register was used. Okay. So at 507, that's where we need to look. Address sanitizer cannot provide any more info. Summary, go to that line and see what you did wrong, bro. Okay. 570, 507, 500 and, I'm saying the wrong number, you know what I mean, 507. That is here. We dereference this. It's a high pointer value. And that is this. That's where that comes from. This returns a void pointer, that's why it's a reinterpret. But it pulls out the data from this buffer by accessing it, and then it pulls out the actual VMA allocation stuff to map a void to map CPU host visible buffer memory that's like got that random access flag, so it's CPU readable and writable. There's some VMA like random access bit flag that I can't remember the full name of. That's the end of it, random access bit. So we have a pointer here, reinterprets out, and the pointer apparently it doesn't like the fact that I dereferenced it with an index value. And when a pointer is at its a super high value address, can't use static cast. I just don't know what comes out, what's actually coming out. It should be mapped to this. Let's have a look. See what happens. Let's have a. I can't remember the rules. I'm a bit tired today. I probably would remember on a day where I'm less tired. Oops. Nope. Typing the wrong thing. Yeah, I'll clean up some of them, I think, as well. I can clean up some of those. Some of these warnings though are just like, why are you telling me about this? It has sub-object linkage because it's not okay. Yeah, I think you can start a cast then. Looks like it. Right, we can get rid of unused variables. I don't really know what this error is talking about, to be honest, but I assume it just means you use variables that are public or something, that are not used in, I don't know, a function. Let's have a look. Yeah, you're right. I could static cast. Oh, I should go to bed so late. What the heck's this mean? So yeah, definitely more of a. I remember it's only pointers you can. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, because I usually just use the C cast, but for some reason I decided to try and start using the C++ cast. So yeah, if you see a bit of a mistake there, or you want to question it, yeah, we can always just change it and see what happens. I'm getting a. How do I fix a sub blah blah blah? I'm getting a CCC, GCCC, fine warning, blah blah blah. Okay. Why is it formatted like this? I believe the compiler might be wrong here. Should in fact be external linkage. I mean, I literally could just put them in a namespace. And but the whole point is that I have lifetime control over these objects. Because if I just throw some arrays in a static namespace, then I don't know when it gets assigned. Sorry, I don't know when it gets initialized. I mean, it's always going to be after the. So you have two initialization states on the program. Sorry, memory spaces. SSBB, I think it's called. No, SSB, I think. And the other one. And then string and text, I've forgotten. If I just pull it up in my notes, because I can't remember the terms. Yeah. That's it. Uninitialized BSS. That's the one. Uninitialized. These are race. These will race again. Well, it's these are they're not deterministic. That space. So for me, it's like, okay, when does it get deleted? When does it get allocated? So I kind of want to have it in a member in a struct. So I don't know what it wants me to do here. Yeah, that's the thing. Do you sleep in the afternoon? No, I might. After this, I don't know. I remember the only. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We really get you up. Message. I've got to make some progress on this. Let's move on from this. Oh yeah, this is a cool song. Excuse me. Right. Oh, I've closed. No, I haven't. I was looking for Visual Studio's icon. So the segfault is a high. What does this mean? Yes. See register values below. Okay. This is a hint. It's like, okay, a hint. I mean, it should be allocated. It's not like it's not allocated memory, because I wouldn't be able to make the buffer otherwise. Yeah, I want to know what that means. Yeah, address sanitizer. What are you talking about? I mean, I can just look at the code and just try and figure out, rather than trying to figure out what that hint means. Read access. A signal is called by read access. I assume it's a read access violation. Okay, so if I take... So you can't read this. Debug. It's possible, hang on. I've seen this error before. Yeah, I think I know what's going on. Well, I kind of do. It's I've got to be very careful with this renderer index. If this fails, then we index it to something that's huge, and then we get like a massive value basically, or a negative value, which just, you know, just flips around to massive when doing points of arithmetic. No, it's unsigned, so it'll always be big. This number. So I'm just going to double check that this variable, this entity guy, is constructed with, excuse me, when it's actually created. We actually assign that value no matter what. And okay, so we do that here, and okay, no, we do. Okay, I kind of want to set this up to be yeah, let me print out the values of this, and I reckon we'll find like a value that's stupid before it dies. I can use my own printer thing here. Debug renderer index. My bad. Sorry, I keep yawning. It's not you guys, I promise. Let me throw in entity debug index. You can use GDB or disassemble the PC address to give you. Ratchet is fired up the development. It's firing up the development. Oh yeah, Ratchet's always helping me out. Yeah, I know I'm very new to GDB. That's why I kind of want to avoid it for now. I'm going to just try just to see if I can figure out what I'm doing, because I've had this error before in Windows. Index is 0. No, that's normal. Usually it would be a stupid value. So so this always this is failing like instantly. Okay, so the next thing to figure out is if I do this, is it the access of the data inside it, or is the index into the buffer itself, if that makes sense? So is it the pointer arithmetic? It's the data. So we can loop through some elements that we don't end up inaccessible. But accessing the position itself, and I think we get the same issue here. We get position. Or do we? Hang on. Where is the... Oh, give me a minute. Sorry, I keep yawning. I'm just going to take this and put this. I think it's the same. Is it the same value again? Yeah. So I think we get junk values or something similar to junk values when we... I have a feeling this might just run, but I... oh no, I haven't even commented this out. No, it'll tell us either way, it's fine. I don't know why devs hate using debuggers. I'm just not very good at it, so yeah. Same deal. I just don't know how to use it, that's all. Like if I was to load it up, I GDB specifically. Forget Valgrind, I've never used that in my life. We would end up being me staring at like a GDB tutorial, which I might end up doing, I don't know. But if I can try and get around it, that would be better. Just for now, because it'll be faster. I mean, it's definitely something I'm going to learn off stream. Or attempt to, at least. Or like take some days off streaming and do it then or something. It takes too little time and energy, that's why. No patience. Really doesn't. What I would need to do is basically put a debug point there and just, you know, investigate values. If you've never practiced something, you'll never get better at it. Give me a minute. Okay, let me think about it. Because what I'm going to end up having to do, if I'm going to do that then, is literally abandon this for a minute. Or maybe like for a while. Make a simple C++ program and like figure out the commands that I need to do. Then figure out how to get GDB to launch my application. Because if I just throw in this application and go from there with Control Shift, what is it? Control XI or something? Yeah, it takes a lot of it to learn anything deeply. No, you can straight up look at the code in the program counter address. ASM, I assume ASM gives you. Oh, do you mean address? No, what do you mean by ASAN? Do you mean ASM, like assembly? Sorry to ask you that. I'm not getting it immediately. Oh, okay, address sanitizer. I wasn't quite sure. You can straight up look at the code. In the program counter address sanitizer. Oh, you can do it in address sanitizer. This breakpoint thing. I assume that's the. Right. Okay. Let me look that up. Whoops. My bad. So I'm just going to read this and see if I can get at something. It's possible. Yeah, I'm feeling inspired by what Ratchet said earlier. I hope people are okay with this, but I'm probably going to shift away from development just for a minute and start typing this up, making actual notes. Yes, so because clearly I could use address sanitizer better than I'm using it. So if this is, I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm just going to like kind of get like an outline, and just make some keynotes. Thank you. Yeah, program counter. Right. I see. That's what you're trying to tell me. You're trying to tell me that disassembly provided. Disassemble the provided program counter to learn which register was used. Okay. Cool. Okay. I will do as you ask. Give me a minute though. I've got to okay, we're going to take notes then. What I'm going to do is exactly what you just said. And I'll just see what happens. Do I even have GDB? GDB. Yep. All right. Yes, quit. The next thing I need to do is be able to get this to run independently of the script, because I can't imagine that's going to be a pain in the neck. Where does this LD library path look? Let me look at my bash RC for a minute. And I'm just going to make my bash RC. Oops. Yeah, okay, so I've got that stuff in there already. So when I run this program, GDB, with the file, it's got to be full screen. GDB, what am I doing? GDB, void? Wrong, sorry. I'm gonna say this plays havoc with my dyslexia. GDB. Okay. Okay, so it's got a breakpoint right at the beginning of the program. So if I look at the... So I know I can do this. What's the command to load the Control XI? It's actually already... What's the... Give me a second. GDB. Ugh. GDB. With dyslexia, my B and D's look the same, so it's hard to type this out, right? GDB. Okay, is that right? It's a whole brain thing that I've got. So GDB. It's also worse when I'm tired. Open up the text thing. What's the text thing? The red line has the program counter. Yeah, no, but there's a command line argument to open up the text. It's like Control X or something. Sorry, I'm just saying that yes to the AI answer. It's completely useless. Okay, so we have sure. We have continue. We have run. File step. Which steps in? I'm aware of that. Step through, steps over, steps over calls, steps into calls, steps over calls. Okay, yep. Where? Quit, yes. And we have info and stack, cool. Control X. I thought it was, why did it work? Control X? No? Is it already in that mode? I don't know. Control XA. Ah, that's what I'm after. Okay, finally. That's what I wanted to see. And next is, how do I set a breakpoint at a, how do I set the program counter breakpoint? So print a stack trace. So BT stack trace. Cool. It's not that complicated. I thought it'd be way harder. Okay, I'm saying that. We haven't got very far yet, but I thought it would be like a big whole pain in the neck thing. So break file name or file name line or memory address. So we can break at that memory address. And we have the address sanitizer line here. Disassemble blah 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 at this. Okay, I'm assuming we can do line and file, but whatever. Where's our GDB? Oh, whatever. Let's just type it in ourselves. The actual file name. So main cpp : and the thing was 553. Breakpoint at that thing. Okay. Now do I just run to that point? The program has been debugged. Sure. Okay, we've successfully here. Now Control L, right? Yeah. That clears the screen. And now we need to step in arguments. So here, view projections is what causes the issue. What? No, we need to display the variables, which is done with the command. Okay, this is really not as hard as I thought it was. I thought that would be dead difficult, what I just done. Never mind. What do I want to do? I want to print the variables. I know there's a command for that. The info? You want to see what everything is. Okay, so that's the command thing. Print. Oh, that's it. Yeah, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you just type print whatever the variable name is. So print debug. No, let's try entity index. Let's see. Cool. Whoops. Okay, so arrow keys don't repeat commands. Sure. Print. They just move that text around. Debug. Okay, let's check. Oh, what can I guarantee in a view projection matrix? If it's in column order, the last value will always be 1. So if it's a junk value, then I know for a certain that the camera object itself is the bad thing. Internal 3D camera dot view projection dot m33 2. What? Why is it 2? Why would it be 2? That seems odd. I mean, I'm using reverse depth, so maybe. But surely homogeneous coordinate system is. That's always 1. Why is it 2? Okay. Let's. All right. We can't copy and paste. It's tragic, but now we need to see. Okay, that's just going to be the values. Right, I gotta click next and just see what happens. Segfault signal. Okay. Because of view projection? I'm so lost when. Why isn't it this? Why is it this? View projection's bad. The data in view it can't access view projection. Debug renderer data GPU entity. Whoops, I forgot to put print. Index. Can't use the arrow keys to do that. Print. Is there a way to? Okay, I can use the arrow keys when I press Control. Cool. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm learning this on the fly. I'm surprised, like how not intimidating this is. What is in here? Oh, what's entity index? Are we? Yeah, 13. This makes sense. What number are we on? 0? The entity debug. Renderer index. Oops. Got the thing. Print. 0. Okay. Print new pass call for dot get w. Oops. Sure, yeah, that's not your fault. That's Hi Mozart, how you doing? Good to see you again. Unless someone else called Mozart with a similar username. Just doing some debugging in GDB. I'm very new to this, so it's tripping me up in a couple of places. I don't see... What I don't understand about what I'm looking at is... There's no junk data. There's no, like, -2 billion blah blah blah. It's all initialized to 0. And all these values make sense, I think. I mean, I don't exactly know what they all are off the top of my head, because they're a bit... like... I think there's a lot of repetition here. Yeah, so like global... Like position, yeah, this is like what position should look like. And if we were to color, this is what color should look like. This is what view projection should look like. It shouldn't... Yeah, the Genesis is super sick with its Yamaha chip, isn't it? I love it. Got that crunchiness. Yeah, if you're interested, this is the Sega Mega Drive port of Galaxy Force 2, like an arcade game. No. Let's get up GDB again. Oh. It does slap, doesn't it? Some of the, in my opinion, I'm very biased, some of the best video game music was made on it. Some of the best, not all of it. Trying to think what the heck could be wrong. I'm gonna print out something else. Let's type in 1. Yep, that has the right values in. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. We'll get repeating songs. Let me just fix that. And we'll go to the next song. Hopefully it's a different... Yeah, okay. Yeah, for anyone who's new to watching, if you let YouTube run its playlist, it sometimes if the playlist is big enough, it just starts repeating the same like 3 tracks over and over again. It's like a bug. Okay, so let's I'm gonna quit this and just... I don't think that's true. I'm trying to investigate what could be wrong here. I commented out something up here. Where is it? Oh, this, yeah. Oh, it didn't comment it out. It just works now in GDB. Okay. Tell entities. Yeah, if this is not equal to, which we've already investigated, again I'm going to print it again just for sanity. Entity dot debug renderer index. It's 0. There's nothing crazy about that. C prints scene dot total entities. Makes sense. And I'll print entity index is what? 0. Yeah, this is slightly wrong. It should be entity dot index or whatever, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. I mean, I could change it. Yeah, it should be debug index. All right, let's at least put that in. I'll stop debugging for a minute. Yes, close. All right. So I have spotted a mistake, but it's not like a mistake that's going to cause that error. So in theory, this should be like this, because that's actually what it needs to be. And again, I'm just going to run GDB on it because we need to have that back up. Now I'm a GDB expert. And break at main.cpp 553. Put that there. Run. Yes. Huh. Sweet. No, we do get a segfault earlier. All right, let's quit. Yes. What I'm gonna do is check if all days is bad, right? Because we do set the petition, but I wonder if like color or something is also bad in this 507, and just see if it's just assignment or is it position specifically for this case. Yeah. So yeah, as a GDB expert, I should be able to work through this now. Sorry, I can't take myself seriously. That's the world's best programmer on the planet to ever exist, and the humblest to ever do it. Yeah, we can keep going with this. What a consistency! I cannot keep up 2 hours straight. Ah, appreciate that. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think I usually go on for long sprints, but there are people who have way more endurance than I do when it comes to this. Like I've seen people like Tokyo Spliff. I think I mentioned him a while ago, but he can code for like 11 hours straight. I don't even know how he like. Well, he streams for 11 hours straight. I've tuned in, haven't actually monitored exactly what he does. Where's my struct? I'm interested in. So color. I think color's pretty safe to use. Well, color's pretty like mundane. It's not going to do anything. So this all could be due to the fact that I'm doing like some kind of mapping that right, that's all I'm gonna, oops, not color capital. Yeah, bros, I don't know how he does it at all, so we're gonna do that. Yo, yeah, thanks for waiting. Just had to deal with something. Hello, my first time here. Just a AVJ average Go dev joined here just for fun. Yeah, no problem. No headshot. 9,748. You're more than welcome to stick around and talk and chat and ask questions and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for turning up. Yeah, he's really nice. Yeah, he responds. Yeah, he responds to me as well sometimes. Yeah, he's a proper Tasmanian devil in his coding in life. Anyway, there's a little corny bit here. There we are. So yeah, color is not used, but I'm kind of interested to see if we put a breakpoint in GDB at that line, what will happen. Now can I just do it like this? Break main.cpp : 508. Okay, then we do run. We don't have to do start. Oh, hang on. Get the text thing up and then run. Yeah. Uh, 511. Why are we past that? Excuse me. Hit break. Oh no, we hit breakpoint. We didn't hit a. So we hit breakpoint at this. Why are we here? Oh, the compiler was smart enough to figure out we weren't going to do anything with it. Okay, so we've actually got to do something with it. Very good, compiler. You thwart it. It's kind of annoying though because I need to see if accessing or reading or writing. I think we can check this by. How do I make it so when I read the values it doesn't disappear off into oblivion? Hang on a minute. You know what I'm going to try? I've just had a thought. This has just made me think of something. What I'm going to do is, instead of doing the persistent mapping at the beginning of the function, I'm not going to do that. I'm literally just going to, so I'm going to do this in more than one place. So we do this, and then we unmap. So we're going to unmap them I'm just going to compile this and then see if I get the pattern right, and then we're going to go nuts. So GPU dot on map buffer. Yeah, so you won't catch me doing any yeah, 11-hour streams anytime soon. Yeah. Alright, let's make that. Oh, I need to get rid of the one I've made up here. Yeah, let's get rid of all of these. No, actually, I'm only going to get rid of the ones I'm interested in, so these are the ones that are causing issues. Okay. Make all. Yep, that's fine. But did I make a mistake on my thing? No. Yep. 555. So I looked up the documentation for a bit of Vulkan copying, and it said this is fine. It wasn't like, don't do this, it's so unperformant, you're gonna blow up on map buffer. So we're gonna throw this in. And oh no, wrong one. Give me a sec. Grab the wrong. That's what I need to grab. And I'm just wondering if it's this particular type of issue that's causing the seg faults for this particular thing. Alright. And then the on map functions now don't exist. So on map, and there'll be position on map as well. We've left the. Okay, we have two for some reason. Alright, make all. Right, okay, so let's throw this into GDB again. GDB void. Alright, so we need to know the. Before we go any further, I need to know the lines. So we want to be breaking at. This is why you should create a big number of images per second. Nobody says it will tank performance. No, it's chill. I mean, the users are going to upgrade the computer anyway, so who cares? No, but yeah, it's what am I trying to do here? Hang on. Valgrind can find this type of issue. It can, but I don't think it's a memory leak. I need to run Valgrind on it, like, but I need to do like 20. I want to do other things before Valgrind. So I'm trying to find the thing I just edited down your escape points. We need to go here, 507, that'll be fine. Sorry, I kind of had a bit of a my brain fell out my nose, and then run. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm thinking, right? Address sanitizer issues before Valgrind. So I hit breakpoints. Like, all this type of stuff needs to be fixed before. Because Valgrind from what I've heard, I haven't actually used it, so I could be completely wrong, is extremely explicit and verbose. So it's going to tell me like a lot of things are wrong. And a lot of stuff that could go wrong. Okay. Okay, so my question is, when I print out position data, oops, entity debug renderer index dot pos dot m33. Yeah, we got one. When I print, oh, I can't print out those values because it's behind functions. Can I control? Can I no. Okay. Whoops. Print position buffer data entity debug renderer index pass. Yeah, that's completely normal. It's a completely normal array. Yeah, I forgot Valgrind can just print out arrays. I wonder how well it does with new position. Print new pos. Can you do that? Yeah. Nothing crazy. I'm not saying that I won't do Valgrind by the way, CK. And it's not like I'm not trying to dismiss that advice. I just think what I'm trying to get at the moment is I've got like segfault issues. So when I do this, we get a read access violation apparently. And according to address sanitizer, it says it's due to the fact that's I will run my game. Sorry, backslash. Let it die, and we get this segfault was called by dereference of a high address value. You can get the program counter and do this. So if I ran Valgrind on this application right now, with I have a feeling that I would end up with like floods of issues, and it would be, in my opinion, I don't know, I could be completely wrong again. I think it would be like difficult to find in the other issues, you know, there'd be like warnings and stuff. So with my application, Valgrind may find 1 or 2 errors. If something is wrong, most of the time it tells me everything is fine. Interesting. Okay, so escape point, maybe, yeah, it's honestly because you probably got like a really good memory management stuff. Escape point, notice the number after the program counter is red. The number after the program counter. Okay. In address sanitizer. Oh, this thing. So we got base pointer. What's that called? That's called something else. Oh, I should know that. So you're saying I can go to this address value in GDB? I'll give that a shot. Oh, what's SP mean? I've forgotten. Right, I'll start again with this, so I can just start from the top. So B break. Can I copy and paste? All right. Function. Oh, hang on. I probably need to do it differently. Make a breakpoint pending on a shared library. No. that didn't work. But I'm sure if the cheat sheet will tell me how to do this. Oh, interesting. You can use percentages or whatever. So break. Where's break? Okay. File name or memory address star. What's that? How do I do a breakpoint then with that? If you don't have access to the source code, breakpoint set. This. Do I use star memory address or is that how it works? Oh yeah, okay. For some reason you need this. You need an asterisk, and then run. Now let's bring up the thing again. Run. Cannot insert breakpoint 1. Cannot access this address. Why? Is it a different address every time? Because if it's a different address every time, it's like maybe I got the wrong one. So base pointer SP. Oh, I wish I knew remember what that is. Did I get the right thing? Right, okay, so that's what I need to type in to GDB, right? Surely you can run GDB and don't know. I mean, I've got them together. It's not like I'm doing anything special. The address sanitizer is compiled into my application as far as I'm aware. It's in the CMake file. Based on if you select debug or not. So let's say disassemble. And then you don't mean literal PC address, you mean like this thing, right? So OX5E 40 E 9 F3 8049. Oh. I wonder if I can put a breakpoint in. Right, main CPP 50 thingy, and then instead of step over, we step in. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so I don't know how to remove breakpoints, so we're just going to quit for a minute for laziness. And I'm just going to do that, where I do breakpoints main.cpp 507 and then run. And I'm going to try and step in rather than step over with S. And hopefully... Okay, so... so next S. Okay, I wonder if it's any of this crap. I don't think it is, to be honest. Okay, question. We could assume this function's bad, but it's possible. I don't think so, though. I just think maybe it's the equals operator. The assignment operator might not know what to do with the data I'm sending over in this library, because this makes a copy. So let's get rid of this function and do a manual version. Final position, I guess. And we want to get the 4 individual vectors. So JPH vec4. So vec4 col1. So it's column matrix 1, not, get rid of that. Made that mistake before. New position. So for those who don't know what I'm doing, I'm just going to pull out the data raw. Like this. And we're just not going to use that function. I don't know why I did 1. That's not how programmers work. There we go. So, what am I doing? Like straight up, what am I doing? I'm being dumb. I can literally just copy and paste code. I don't need to write it out twice. And I'll just rule out this function call, return type optimization type deal that might be happening. And yeah, I'm just going to assume this isn't used anywhere else. We'll find out very shortly. So I'm going to put a breakpoint at 536. Oh yeah, that was a copy and paste bug. Okay, that should be it. And position map. Oh, dang it. I deleted some code I didn't mean to delete. Right, copy. Yep, I did that earlier. I missed and okay, I don't know why I deleted that. That was an accident. That straight up just was not meant to happen. Okay, so now we're on 536. Okay, 536. Why are you here? Oh, you're in GDB. All right. Next, we have to grab our Scuff's development setup. Build. I wish that theme would play in a minute once we succeed. GDB break main.cpp 536. Oh. No. What? Did I get this wrong? Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, hang on. I didn't do that. There we go. Break main.cpp 536. Run. And okay, so we're here. What? Did I leave that in? I left that in. I apologize. That was dumb. That was the Control Z. The whole point of doing that. Okay, let's try again. And let's quit this. No, yeah, yeah. It must be getting tired or something. Extra tired. Are you done? Yes. Break. Main CPP. So, yeah, we would have had the same issue again if I just ran. Let's see these together. Run. Breakpoint hits. Line here. Now I want to step in. Segfault accessed. So it's not the function, it's not the return type. We have a stack variable. Trying to think what to test next. Give me a second if I quit. We're going to do a Ccast. Maybe the particular type of cast I'm trying to do. I know Ccasts are very dangerous, but I'm going to go dangerous for a minute just to see if... the Ccast can work it out, if that makes sense, right? It's like, oh, it's a void pointer. Yeah, I know what to do with that, bro. Void... and break main CPP 536 and run. I wish you told me more information. But it is what it is, right? Okay. So print position buffer data. What the hell is this? So print position. So that tells us that it's a large new pos dot mcol. No, it just knows what that is. Print anonymous namespace data entry correct. So print position buffer data. Yeah, it's got data in there. Let's see. So it's a big pointer? I don't know, because I know for a fact if I step in, step over, step out, whatever, we get a segfault error. And we actually get more information from address sanitizer, which is funny. But it just tells us that we have a read access violation and the address is at a high value. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Is that bad? Is that good? Ugh, I feel like I need to go away for 2 months or 2 years and study operating systems to figure out what the heck's this, what all this means. Oh, I wish I knew what that SP means. That's something pointer. I could just look it up. What's in line 360? This. So this is me writing to a buffer device address host mapped thing at index whatever integer 0. I've checked this value. This is not like silly. It's not like 7 billion or something. Yeah, reinterpret cast, static cast, C style cast, which is probably just doing a reinterpret cast. Produce a buffer that has a high index, a super high. What is it called? There it is. Look, super. It's a super big address, really huge. I mean, also I can say it works on Windows, but do I know if it mapped correctly? It uses VMA's mapping function. I know nothing about Vulkan. I'll get back to that question in a minute. Kalia. So if we go to map, buffer. This takes in some parameters, but effectively what we end up doing is accessing a buffer and doing this with its memory allocator and the VMA allocator plus the data, which is what it returns. And it should be returning an array of if I'm mapping it individually, hang on, I've got an idea. I wonder if I'm doing it like this, right? I wonder if it's even an array at this point. But when I don't understand this, because when I look at when I look at the value in GDB and index into it at 0, it's fine. I wonder if hang on. So 2 should be there. Yeah, that has values in. So when I increment by set amount, I don't understand. Why can I print it and not access it in code? And yeah, just for people who are watching, I'll also print off entity debug renderer index. Yeah, so it's not a silly value. And if I print position buffer data 2 .pos. I can read it. Interestingly, though, it's... Where's the rest of the values? Oh, no, there. Oh, it's fine. It is smaller. Here's pad. Yeah, pad's there. So there is some padding. So how hard is Vulkan? I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's easy. It is tough. But how hard is it relative to other things? I can only compare it to stuff that I've ever done before, and Vulkan is tough. But it just takes practice to get good at it. It gets easier to use the more you learn about how to use it. I know it seems that's super generic advice, but you know, I don't know. It's not like chess where you're like trying to learn chess and it like there's a genetic ceiling and you can't get any better because everyone at 2000 elo FIDE rated 2000 elo is like genetically gifted. Like you can learn all the things that come with Vulkan. It just takes practice. What part gets complex? I would say that the hardest parts, especially for beginners, and it's also for me too. I'm not just saying. So you could say I'm a beginner, I guess. Is synchronization. That is the trickiest part. So setting up memory barriers on the GPU, setting up synchronization to get the CPU and the GPU synchronized. Like there's a lot of synchronization work that you have to put in at different points. What you're seeing isn't synchronization really here. This is like a generic, it's not specific Vulkan. Sorry, it's not specifically Vulkan. What I'm struggling with here, it's like I'm trying to access a pointer and I've got a pointer here which is supposed to be an array and it's not behaving properly, even though in GDB it is. You know, when I print the values. So you may be thinking like, oh no, this looks impossible. What I'm doing here is not Vulkan really. I may have made a mistake, but I doubt it. So that's it. Sorry, let's move on to something else a minute. Let's create. Okay, so allow access, blah blah blah. So I'm going to go into Discord briefly. I don't think there's anything nuts in there. I'm going to open up. It sounds, but you just break it down by different types of memory transitions that you need to do, and for what reason. I don't know why this is all light. So what I'm going to do is this. Just let me copy this, please, in my buffers, and just see if it, maybe the things that I've been using are wrong. and maybe that's why I can't write to it. Yeah, yeah, appreciate you saying thanks. No problem. Yeah, memory management is another complex level. Yeah, effectively, that's what you're doing. Oh, I'm not using this. When it comes, you know, when I talked about memory barriers, you have to do the memory for the GPU as well. It's not that level. Like, sorry, that's not quite right again. So a memory transition is different from a memory allocation, but it's still memory related. That's what I'm generally getting at. So that's why it's difficult. I use VMA, Memory Vulkan Allocator Library, to help with the memory allocation itself. But there are like barriers and... Okay, let's see what it says. Unlikely anything's changed. Oh, wrong game. That you have to do yourself. Memory management book is added to the list of must-read books. Would I suggest that? If you want to get really into memory management, you likely need... It depends on what you're trying to do. I don't know, you want to do Vulkan. But if you want to understand general memory management, understanding operating systems is probably a good idea. Man, you have ever listened to Hardcore Syndrome? Good ass J-Code collection of... Oh, no, I haven't. I'll give that a listen. I have to listen to video game music on stream, so I'll have to listen to that off stream if that's chill. 100%. That's what I'm getting at there is, yeah, listen to Ratchet. That's a good summary of what I'm getting at. So you're not going to get good at Vulkan memory allocation. That's a really good point. If you learn about operating system stuff, you're going to get good at memory Vulkan, memory stuff in Vulkan by doing memory stuff in Vulkan. But if you did want to learn stuff to do with like how to manage memory on the CPU and all that kind of stuff, like understanding how the operating system works is good, because that's what we're interacting with when we're writing programs and we're using memory. We're not interacting with the actual RAM, like the actual physical RAM. We're asking the operating system to do stuff for us, then that interacts with the RAM. But yeah, like Ratchet said, and yeah, again, Ratchet's correct. Again, there is some overlap, but if you do just want to get good at Vulkan memory stuff, then including barriers, allocation as well. If you don't want to use VMA, you're just going to have to dive into that and struggle. And obviously struggle plus study plus, you know, giving yourself time so you actually get good at this stuff. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, thanks Ratchet for clarifying stuff. That was needed. But again, you don't have to know all this to start. You can learn this as you go. You don't have to learn everything all in one go before you start. Right, let's think. That's the one. Yeah, you have to do a bunch of allocation with Vulkan all at once. C++ memory management. Write a leaner and faster C++ code using proven memory management techniques. Techniques by Patrice Roy. Yeah, that'll get you good at writing your own allocator. But it won't teach you how to deal with memory barriers when it comes to Vulkan. Hopefully that generally makes sense. It will it will help you with writing like allocating a big chunk of memory for Vulkan. Like it'll all help if you just get good. Like if you get cracked in general at something, it's gonna help. But it's gonna be like a secondary effect. Like its primary effect, that book's primary effect is likely to teach you how to write really fast and really good allocators for generic use rather than Vulkan specific use. I would guess. Again, I don't know. I haven't read that book. I don't know what to do here, to be honest. Like, it's not the assignment, it's not the position matrix, it's not... The data isn't junk. The index value makes sense. According to the documentation, I'm creating the buffers correctly. I've even mapped them and non-mapped them. Oops. I don't know. You can click on these. That's cool. I mean, I literally could try this, but yeah, this is not host visible. It's ignored if you use it. So yeah, if I was more cracked at memory allocation, I probably would have got past this bug by now. So yeah, there's stuff for me to learn 110%. And I'm actually tempted. I'm quite inspired actually to read more of my operating systems book. To follow my own advice. After this stream. Not now, obviously. Yeah. Just... I would say, Kalia, it's... Do what keeps you... Oh, yeah. Do learn stuff that you think... Well, ask people what's relevant, and then also do stuff that you think's fun. If you think that's going to be super fun for you, you're going to learn a lot. Like if you want to get really good at memory, then do that. Don't let anyone stop you, even if it's air quotes less efficient or whatever. I'm new here, so I lack the context of what exactly you are doing. If it's cool, can you explain it? Or is there a high-level architecture you are following, which I can refer to understand? Yeah, okay, so I'm generally making a game engine in C++ and Vulkan. I'll start there. What I'm trying to do is make a little game and get that to run on both Windows and Linux. And this is why we're on Linux today, trying to get the application to work on Linux. What I'm doing right now with these tools that I've got open is I'm debugging memory. For some reason, the application is telling me that I'm accessing memory that I shouldn't be accessing. That's what this means. So what I'm trying to do here is use tools, this is a debugger, and this is a this tells us this output here is telling me the addresses that's happening. Like it's telling me like all sorts of stuff. Like I don't exactly know all the details here, but so what I'm trying to do is break down why when I'm doing something like here's a piece of data, here's a index into that data, and here's the data member of a struct. When I do this assignment, it breaks. There is an extra complexity here. This isn't just straightforward array indexing, because this piece of code here is actually writing to both the CPU and the GPU, because these are tied together. And here I'm taking the matrix, which is just a way to orientate, rotate, scale, and set the position of something all in one go. And I'm trying to pass this up basically by assigning this on the CPU and the GPU to a shader. And a shader, if you don't know, is just a program that runs on a GPU. And the memory should be mapped, which means that there should be both, it should be accessible both on the CPU and the GPU, and should be writing. This works on Windows without any issue. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean things are working properly. That just means it works on Windows. I could have done something wrong. And what I'm trying to figure out here, and what I'm trying to do with this this is the debugger, is figure out exactly why is it not being able to be accessed. So it's not... A read access is when I'm trying to read some data. So it's not this assignment part here where I'm trying to write to it. It's actually accessing this .pos. As soon as I access this .pos, it breaks. So hopefully that generally explains what's happening right now. If you want to understand a bit more, let me know. That's fine. Fine to ask. Develop your own smart pointers. Yeah, okay. So that's more what I thought the book was teaching. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, and before you asked that question, I was talking about. Someone asked about should I be learning memory management, and I say yes. If you want to learn it, you will be better at programming in general if you do that. Is the index into the also a read? Yes, it is, but it's not. It is. I can read it, at least in here anyway. Like, hey, what's up, YipTag? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Is it like host visible memory? Yeah, it's. Let me check. I'm gonna go over the. What is the host visible one? Yeah, allocation, create host access sequence write, right? Is there a read version? I need read and write. Let's just see. This is the host visible, right? I'm not going nuts. I'm gonna read this. Violating. Oh, hang on. This looks familiar. If you use other VMA usage, this flag will be ignored and mapped as always possible at our host. Declare that mapped memory will be Violating this declaration may work correctly, but likely very slow. Watch out for implicit reads. I'm not doing that really. I don't think so. Prepare better data. Because I have both of these in. I have VMA host, this and this. I mean, I took it out just briefly just to see. What I'm also tempted to do is like pull out the mapped bit. So for people who don't know what we're doing, I'm also debugging, making sure that it actually is host visible, which means host is the CPU. When I say host visible, it means visible on the CPU side, which is, you know, where this program is running on the GPU. So can the GPU see what the CPU is doing? Because maybe everything's correct, but it's just we just can't write to the GPU on the CPU side. So everything's right on the CPU side. That's why GDB can work, but the actual GPU is not being able to be written to or read from because it's not host visible. I think it is, but we can look at that again. So create buffer. When we create this guy, oh my goodness, why did I do that? Sorry. We use the usage flag. Did I get this right around? A bit paranoid now. I will go back to that in a minute. I just want to make sure the usage is the flags. No, that's not right. Yeah, okay, so this is the example. So usage, okay, so the flags are the things that need to be set, host visible, etc. If I go to here, we have mapped. Let's just grab these two. I don't keep clicking around, but what I'm going to do is, which one is it? Where'd it go? No, this. I'm going to grab both. So I'm going to take this sequence write bit or host VMA create host random bit. So declared memory can be read, written, accessed in random order. So host blah blah blah. Okay. And this mapped thing, I think, returns a pointer, but I'm not using it, so. Unless someone can see like a glaring mistake in my Vulkan. Like with my host visible. Whoops. I'll just run it. Oh, okay. We got a Vulkan error, we got a different error. Right. What does it want? Right, let's read this error. I'm blah 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 assertion. I don't think. Yeah. So I can't do those two together, basically. Okay. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, guys. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I didn't just spend hours with that as a mistake, did I? Oh my god. What's LTF? Oh my goodness, that was the issue. I didn't see anything. Okay, we didn't see anything. We're gonna move on. No, I'm happy, but flipping heck. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? That was the issue. Obviously, it's segfauts when sorry, memory leak detected because there's some SDL thing that I can't get rid of. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. No headshot. I just did the wrong. So I think what it was, I might have had a memory. So I think this is only for writing, and this is for read, write, and random access. So surely nothing happened. Yes, nothing happened. I wasn't even joking. I didn't see anything. That's funny. So yeah, that was. I think that's what it is, because that's what it says down here. Declared can be read, write, accessed in random order. So coherent is okay. And I think this is not that. This is a simple. This is something else. Look, never read, never accessed randomly. There we go. That's what I did wrong. Never read or accessed randomly, and it needs to be read because we're literally. To be honest, you should not be doing read write like this if you like performance, lol. If I've got a buffer device address and I want to update it, how do I update it then? That's my question. Do you do a mapped? Do you just do map to something? What is it called? Do you do this? Ratchet? Okay, but I'm happy with that being a fix for now. I'm very concerned with that comment you just left, in the sense that it's like performance or whatever. You mem copy. Of course. I can just build up the struct and mem copy to it. And then I get rid of the read altogether. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So that would be, I need the other one then. I need the read. Hang on. You just buffer device address. How do I access random parts of it though? Okay, I'll come back to that. That's going to take me a bit of time to think about, because we have an array of things that I need to update all at once. Then, okay, I'll come back to this. I've got this here, but what I want to debug next is actually the physics, because I didn't actually get the physics working. Now I know how to do this. This doesn't work, but you can just, okay, right. You can just mem copy in sequence order. But what I mean is, what I'm talking about is, so instead of that, right, position mem copy, oops, mem copy source. So obviously we'd have to build a struct up here, but I can't remember the order off the top of my head. I think, yeah, it's destination first, then source. So it's entity data, that's the one. So entity data test 1 and cos equals this. And for the rest, I'm just going to put an identity matrix. So, actually, I don't think I need to do it because I don't even access it. I don't, because the rest is junk. And oh, I need autocomplete really. And then size of entity data. Right? Ah, okay, yeah, I thought so. So you have, okay, I could do that. Let's build an array then. Hang on, let's think about how to do this. A array, that's fine, of entity data. And there's debug rendering data. Okay. We initialize this with a scratch allocator. Which I think is stack. We set this to be the total. No. We're only interested in this, so that's actually it. No, I'm not going to do that for now. Then uint32 marker scratch allocator get marker, and then free marker I think is the other one. So if I go down here and then which way we're going to do the mem copy here, so free marker with the marker value. So we take the mem copy out, we get rid of the mapping. Do we need to map? I think we do. But this time we, instead of test, whoa, go back. Sorry, I really like this idea. So that gets pushed back into our array. Debug, hang on. I'm going to call this array because I'm not entirely sure what the names are. I'll delete stuff in a minute. I'll push entity data test1, and instead of mem copying here, we take the array and we get the data out of that, which is the whole thing, and then we take the size because it's much bigger now. Dot size, multiply them together, so we actually get the whole thing copied in one go. And I'm not sure if we map, but we must do, I think. I'm gonna unmap before we free the allocator, so the array is freed. I'll read chat in a minute. Sorry, I'm if I get this right, this will be sick. And I want to map out our data outside of this. Whoops. So now I know what I did wrong. We can make it better. Oh, hang on, we need to also get rid of the physics thing again, sorry. And so we map, we have the position data, we write to all of it in one go. That's the array. We do that in one go. We push that into an array. The only thing I care about is the actual position. The rest can be junk because I don't actually access it in the shader. We set up the whatever it's the allocator to be scratch. And I believe the scratch allocator is we free the marker after it's used, so that means it also automatically frees itself. And then we need to go back into the GPU device and oh, hang on, we need to do this for both. I can't do this for one and then not the other because I'm going to have to change the I'm going to have to change the, if I change the structs, sorry, if I change the enum, not the enum, the flag, I can't use it again in some other place, so we're just going to repeat the pattern, which is build an array outside of the entities for loop. I think I've done that wrong, hang on. I think I've not put this in the right place. Yeah, so this is inside the for loop, that's wrong, that's per entity. This will be outside the for loop, and in fact I could probably reuse this structure. This needs to be outside as well. Let's see where that gets freed and shit. Is that inside the for loop? Yeah. So all this needs to be moved outside. Oh, hang on. God dang it. Does it matter if I do it before or after? I don't know. Like that. Visual Studio's code, why are you doing this? Stupid tabbing thing. If debug, we have the same thingy. Actually, you can set the marker somewhere else and reuse the... No. I want to clear this array here instead. Clear. Cut. Paste. And we then no, I've changed my mind. Sorry, it's we're gonna allocate another array for now. I know it's not ideal, but I just want to keep them separate, so if they break, then I know why. So throw this in here, dot int it, allocator. No, scratch allocator. This needs to be the size of, how many's in this? We also need to do this inside this here, sorry. Total entities. No. I don't know. I'm just going to do this 4 for now and just put up with the inefficiency until I work out what we're doing. Uint32 marker 1 equals this dot no scratch allocator set marker. What is it? I'm starting to forget what I'm doing now. That's in the wrong place. This needs to be here now. Scratch. It's get marker, yep, not set marker. And this needs to be. Delete this. And append the entity data. Pull this out. That's actually what we needed. And not the thing I copied and pasted in. Okay, so instead of individually accessing them, we want to build up the... It's just entity data again. No, it's not. It's this. Whatever. No. Yes. Rend data for a minute. Then for each element, we assign position equals convert to thingy. And no, I can't duplicate. I've forgotten. Paste. And we want global. So yip tag, I think you. So I don't know if you what. I was thinking about what you said before, like you literally missed it because you tabbed out. I literally just made a simple mistake that caused like hours of debugging. That's why I was saying we're ignoring that as a joke more than anything. So if you're still here, that's actually what happened. I did a flag that was meant for writing only, and I was trying to read. Which counterintuitively is, I mean, people might be saying, no, it's not, it's fine. It's, reading is a special flag, whereas writing is a bit more, because it's more common. It's like more generic. So I'm doing this after the draw call, so I'm kind of a bit nervous this even works. Yes, I want to do it. And the pink one. But we need to mem copy this shit. And if this doesn't work, gang, I'm going to have to go because I need to cook my own food. So if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll debug this off screen, but hopefully we get like a nice victory of not only have we fixed the issue, but we've actually made my renderer faster. So it's been a good one. So hopefully that's chill for everyone who's watching. Oops, this needs to be... Yeah, no, that's fine. We don't need to clear. I will make these no, I had to actually make different arrays. That was actually true. After unmapping, I'm going to throw in marker 1. But I'll catch up with chat before I leave. Because I did promise that. So we make a simple data structure. We push it to an array. We copy over the data all in one go. We then that's the wrong destination. The thing we want to copy to is this. This is host visible. That's the other thing that's host visible that's now unmapped. Render data is the struct. Yeah, so pushing to the right thing. I'll rename these variables for sure in a minute. Debug, rendering, data, map. Okay, yeah, everything's chill. This is the thing I care about. We free the marker. If it's some simple stuff, I will fix it. But if it's like read access violation, I'm just gonna have to call it just so, and then I'll come back to it after I've eaten. Okay, so then we go into our GPU thingamajiggy. We usage no, where is it? Where? No, that's the bindless buffer. Oh, this also is important to change now. Where is the just regular create buffer? Here it is. So the bindless buffer needs to have what we have here, I guess. So yeah, if I make a compilation mistake, I'll fix that. So at line 502, I have set up a dot entity. Oh yeah, okay. I think these are 4 for now. That's fine. Rend data at 605. Oh, did I construct the array wrong? Yes. And anything else? Nope. Yeah, there you go. Right, let's see. Victory, maybe? Yes and no. We don't have the debug things updating, I don't think. But that's we're not getting a read access violation. Just data is not being written into the buffer properly. Okay, yes, I have to go and cook some food, unfortunately. I would keep going, but yeah, I've learnt a lot. Let me catch up with chat though before I leave. So, oh, you fixed your bug, nice. Notmatics, I call it living better. Ratchet, okay, that's to you. GPU manufacturers love me. Why? I'm being facetious. I'd like to store all my vertices in CPU RAM so I can easily modify it. Copy it in a single frame. Who needs bandwidth? Can you give me some? Nanite? Okay. The face cycle is cringe anyway, sure. You actually like the Vulkan 1.0 descriptor model? Yeah, although my computer crashed, this program is printing out to the screen constantly, so printing out to debug. So there's a lot of things wrong here. Oh, you were memeing. Fair enough. All right. I'm going to give you all. So anyone who's not in the Discord server, this is for you. I'll give you a quick. Yeah, thanks for telling me you were memeing. I'm a bit out of it right now. So if you do want to join our Discord server, the link should be in the chat, a fresh one, so you can join. Anyone is welcome, regardless of ability, as long as you're chill. So yeah, I will debug this a bit further. Thank you all for putting up with my simple mistake. I very much appreciate that, and helping me out and keeping me company while I code. Yeah. And kicking my ass and telling me to use GDB when I should have just used it 20 minutes ago instead of saying it's too difficult. You know, very much appreciate that. Hard, you know, tough love kind of stuff. So anyway, I shall see you all soon in another live stream, hopefully. And yeah, have a good rest of the day, guys. I shall see you later. Okay. Yep, no problem, Kalia. So I'll see you soon. I hope this stops streaming. All right, bye.